Every time you swipe this little piece of plastic, someone's making money. And it's probably not you. Credit cards are one of the most misunderstood tools in modern finance. You think they give you freedom, but most people end up in financial chains. So let's break down exactly how credit cards work, why so many people are drowning in debt, and most importantly, how you can use them to your advantage. So what really is a credit card? It's not free money. It's not your emergency fund. And it's definitely not a swipeable mood booster, although most people use it like it is. A credit card is basically this: a loan, a tiny high interest loan. Every single time you use it, the bank spots you the money. You promise to pay it back, and if you don't, they'll charge you for it with joy. In fact, the average American household with credit card debt owes $7,951, and the average interest rate is over 22.8%. That's like taking a payday loan from a smiling corporate vampire. And before you say, I always pay it off, I'm responsible, good. That means this video will help you weaponize credit card instead of being a victim of it. The entire credit card industry is built on the assumption that most people won't pay it off on time. They want you to mess up just once, because that's where the real profit kicks in. So yeah, that $50 sushi date could cost you $150 over time. What no one teaches us in school is that credit cards are a tool just like a chainsaw. You can cut down trees or your leg. It all depends on how you use it. So if you ever wondered, why do I always feel broke, even though I'm using my credit card wisely? Or why does my credit score go down even when I pay my bills? Or even this, how do I stop living in fear of the next statement? Then keep watching, because we're just getting started. So you swipe your credit card, then what happens? A few days later, you get a bill, and right there, in that tiny text you never read, it says, minimum payment due, $45. $45, that's it? What a steal. Well, you're wrong. That's how they actually get you. Here's the deal. When you only pay the minimum, you're not paying down the actual debt. You're mostly paying off, drumroll please, interest. That's right. You are basically renting your own money from a multi-billion-dollar company that's betting you'll be too tired or broke to even care. Let's say you owe $5,000 and you only make the minimum payments with an average 22.8 APR. Do you know how long it will take to pay that off? Go on, guess. 3 years? 5 years? 16 years? And by then, you'll have paid more than double what you borrowed. That $5,000 turned into $12,000, and you didn't even buy a car. You just bought tacos and Amazon junk you don't even remember. And listen, this isn't your fault. Credit card companies design it this way. They thrive on confusion, convenience, and compound interest. In 2023 alone, US banks made over $130 billion from credit card interest and fees. That's more than the GDP of some countries. Do you actually think they're offering you those points and cashback out of kindness? No, that's all bait. Their real jackpot is people who carry balances. So here's the golden rule. If you can't pay it off in full, don't swipe. Because interest, it's not just a number, it's a lifestyle killer. I've felt that stress before. That monthly credit card cloud hanging over you, no matter how hard you work, and trust me, it only lifts when you stop feeding the interest monster. Have you ever wondered why you keep getting those "you're pre-approved" letters, even when your bank account looks like a bad joke? It's not because you're special, it's because you're valuable to them. The thing is, banks aren't just giving you a card, they are investing in your future struggles. They know the stats. 41% of Americans carry credit card debt month to month, and 1 in 5 people only make the minimum payment. Credit card companies spend over $20 billion a year on marketing. Ever seen one of those fancy commercials? You know, the ones where someone buys plane tickets to Bali with a voiceover like, "Life takes you places, let your card take you further." Yeah, they forgot to mention that trip might come with a 24.99% APR and a soul-crushing regret. But wait, it gets better. They also know that we are emotional creatures. We don't buy things with logic, we buy with feelings. So they hand you a plastic card that feels powerful. And psychologically, that swipe doesn't even feel like you're spending real money. In fact, studies show people spend up to 100% more when using a credit card than cash. That's double the spending without even noticing it. So no, they don't want you rich. They want you comfortable enough to swipe and broke enough to carry a balance. It's not a conspiracy. It's just good business for them. And that's why knowing this game matters. Because once you see it, you can flip the script. Alright, okay. Let's say life happens. You forgot. You're short on cash. Or maybe you just don't feel like paying your credit card this month. What's the worst could happen? Dun 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 dun. Let's walk through this horror movie together. Step 1. The late fee party. First, you get hit with a late fee, usually $25 to $40, which, let's be honest, it's money you probably didn't have in the first place. Step 2. Your interest rate skyrockets. If you are 60 days late, your credit card company can jack up your interest rate to the penalty APR. That's fancy talk for we're about to roast your wallet. Penalty APRs are often over 29.9%. That's not a loan, that's a financial quicksand. Step 3. Your credit card score takes a hit. Now here's where it gets real ugly. A single missed payment can drop your credit score by 90 to 110 points. That's the difference between hey, you're approved, and sorry, you need a co-signer, a blood sample, and your grandma car title. Step 4. Your credit card report holds grudges. And this does not go away quickly either. That late payment, it stays on your credit report for 7 years. 7 years. That's way longer than most people keep gym memberships, diets, or even relationships. Step 5. The domino effect. Your credit score is like your adult GPA. Drop it too low and suddenly you can't get approved for an apartment. Your car loan becomes more expensive. Even your job application can take a hit. Yes, some employers do check your credit score. Look, I'm not bashing you. I've missed payments before. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. But what actually matters is what you do after, more than what you actually did. So what do you actually do if you missed a few payments? Well, here's the solution. Step 1. Call your credit card company immediately. If it's your first missed payment, they'll often waive the fee. Step 2. Set up autopay for at least the minimum balance, so you never miss the next payment, even if life gets chaotic. Step 3. Set alerts on your phone or calendar. And finally, step 4. Focus on rebuilding. Pay on time for 3 to 6 months, and you can start repairing that score faster than you think. A late payment isn't the end of the world, but it's a reminder that credit cards demand respect. Because if you treat them casually, they'll treat your finances the same way. Credit cards aren't evil, they're just tools. And like any tool, if you know how to use it right, you can build something great. And if you don't, well, you could chop off a few financial fingers. Here are 5 rules to properly manage your credit cards. Rule number 1. Pay the balance in full every single month. This is the golden rule. The difference between rich and broke card holders is simple. Rich people use credit cards without paying interest. Broke people fund the bank's Christmas parties. If you pay in full, you avoid interest, build credit, earn rewards, and sleep like a baby. Rule number 2. Never use more than 30% of your card limit. Let's say your limit is $1,000. If you're carrying more than $300 on that card, even if you pay it off, it can hurt your credit score. This is called your credit utilization ratio, and it makes up 30% of your score. Which means maxing out your card for concert tickets and sneakers is not the flex you think it is. Rule number 3. Use cards for planned expenses only. Gas, groceries, bills. Stuff you were going to buy anyway. Not random impulse buys at 2 a.m. because your favorite influencer posted a limited drop. If you are using credit cards to fill emotional gaps, that's not shopping, that's self-sabotage. Rule number 4. Cashback and rewards are only a win if you pay in full. Getting 1.5% cashback while paying 24% in interest is like bragging about getting free guac after paying $100 for a burrito. Rule number 5. Have one good card instead of 10 traps. You don't need 7 cards and a spreadsheet that looks like NASA flight data. Start with one solid cashback or no fee card and build trust with yourself. And a bonus tip, check your credit score monthly like it's your financial report card. Use apps like Credit Karma or Experian. If your score is rising, you're doing something right. If it drops, don't panic, just investigate. It's feedback, not failure. Here's my personal way to use a credit card. 1. I set autopay for the full balance so I never miss. 2. I only swipe for budgeted items I'd buy anyway. 3. I check my balance weekly and my credit score monthly. That's it. Boring? Maybe, but boring is how you get rich. The truth is, credit cards aren't ruining your life. The habits behind them are. It's not the swipe, it's the silence after. It's the I'll figure it out later. It's the belief that debt is just a part of life. Credit card is more than just a financial problem. It's a psychological one. We use cards to feel secure, to feel powerful, to feel less behind. But that feeling, it's rented, and the interest rate is your future. The numbers don't lie. Remember that the average American household has $7,951 in credit card debt. 1 in 4 adults say they have missed a payment in the last 12 months. And 61% of card holders have no idea what their interest rate actually is. That's not just a spending problem, that's a systemic trap dressed up in rewards points and airline miles. But here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be in control. Credit cards can work for you, not against you, if you change how you see them. Don't swipe for status, swipe for strategy. If you follow this foolproof game plan, you can break free. Know your interest rate. 2. Create a payoff plan. 3. Cut the emotional spending. 4. Build credit while staying debt-free. 5. Forgive your past. Focus on your future. Now that you know how the game works, you can start playing it better. Before we go, what's one credit card mistake you have made and what did it teach you? Drop it in the comments. Remember, like, share and subscribe. Let's build a smarter generation, one truth at a time.